Hello, I'm Dr. Donald Robinson, and I'm here to encourage you to take more control of your life in order to have a better tomorrow. But before we talk about how you can do that, I want to introduce myself to you. Let me tell you a few things about myself. Let's start with my education. I grew up in Johnstown, Pennsylvania, and graduated from Johnstown High School. I then went to Juniata College and received a bachelor's degree in psychology. Then on to Bethany Seminary in Chicago, where I obtained a master's degree in theology. I received my doctorate from Lancaster Theological Seminary by working with Dr. Lawrence Kohlberg at Harvard. Dr. Kohlberg was renowned for his research in the field of moral and ethical development, discovering 6 progressive stages of how we gather and organize data in order to make our decisions. We will be talking a lot more about that in other segments, but let me share some of my personal life with you. My lovely wife Eleanor and I have been married for 58 years. She was an elementary teacher for 30 years, and I owe an awful lot to her for putting up with me for all those years. Seriously though, we have had an awful lot of fun together. We raised 3 children, John, Jane, and Jim. John is a financial analyst for Vanguard Investments. Jane has her doctorate in child psychology and works for the state of Virginia in suicide prevention. And Jim is a biologist and senior environmental advisor for Vantage Products, a subsidiary of Oxy Petroleum. We have 8 really delightful grandchildren, 5 of whom have already graduated from college, and a darling little great-granddaughter, nearly 2 years old. One of the most important events in our lives is when our entire family gets together once or twice a year for a week of fun and enjoyment. In order for you to know more about where some of my ideas come from, let me tell you of some of my experiences. I worked my way through college, spending my summers running a jackhammer and driving heavy equipment for a construction company. I have always been a sports enthusiast and spent 20 years as a PIAA football and basketball official. My primary vocation was that of a clergyman, and I was pastor of the Wyomissing Church of the Brethren for 32 years. During that time, I had a private practice in marriage and family therapy. I also served on the adjunct faculty of Reading Area Community College, and am currently on the faculty of Pace Institute. I served as a consultant for public education, conducting a number of in-service days for various school districts in eastern Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, and Washington, D.C. I also did demonstrations in hypnosis in a number of the high schools in order to show youth something of how their brains work and how to encourage them not to abuse alcohol and drugs. In the late 1960s, I served on the White House Conference on the Problems of Youth in America, and my area of study was a week with the hippies of the Haight-Ashbury area in San Francisco. I have always had a strong interest in mental health and have served as president of both the local Mental Health Association and Family Guidance Center, a multi-service agency providing various mental health services to the local community. I was sent to Los Angeles to obtain training in suicide prevention, with the understanding that I would come back and establish a suicide prevention center in Berks County, Pennsylvania. We did that, training over 300 volunteers to man a hotline for suicide prevention and general mental health. I was also the initial trainer for Leadership Berks, a program to train young executives for community service on the boards of local agencies. Since our family had been avid campers for a number of years, we joined with another couple, Dale and Gladys Hilton, to design and build a 5-star, 300-site campground and retreat facility. We didn't know what to call it, so we just took the first half of our last names and called it Robin Hill. When my wife and I retired, we became travel consultants for Singer Travel, a local full-service travel agency. For the last 18 years, we have taken hundreds of people to 6 continents and over 80 countries of the world. It's really a great job for retirement. I've had quite a variety of experience, which put me in contact with people of all walks of life and many cultures, and have taught me a lot about human behavior. I've also been humbled to have received a few honors and recognitions. The Wilson School District honored me for 20 years of outstanding service to the district and community. The local Rotary Club did the same for workshops I conducted in youth leadership development programs. And I was featured in Profiles in Community Service by the Reading Eagle, a local newspaper. The Jewish community nominated me for the B'nai B'rith Americanism and Brotherhood Awards. I'm also listed in several editions of Who's Who. In May 1992, I was recognized by the Pennsylvania Senate for my community service, and last year I was given an Outstanding Alumnus Award by my alma mater, Juniata College. As you can see, I've had a full and varied life. It hasn't always been easy, and I've made a lot of mistakes. But I've also learned a lot about how to live life effectively. But enough about me. In the weeks and months ahead, I would like to share with you some of the most important things I have learned about how to live a full and exciting life. The main secret is to take charge of your life and improve your decision-making abilities, and we'll be talking more about how you can do that. In the meantime, this is Dr. Don, encouraging you to take more control of your life for a better tomorrow.